Well, it's time for Community Corner, where we're going to highlight stories that teach, inspire, and help us to learn a little bit more about our neighbors here in Metro Atlanta. I'm Ron Jones. You know, the law enforcement community is rallying to support the wife of a Johns Creek police officer, Ina Hennessy. Look forward to having kids one day, but as Joe Ripley reports, she has to put that dream on hold.
I know.
A faithful friend.
Can you sit?
Who's short on tricks.
Oh, good girl.
But large in love. 5-year-old Dee Dee keeps Ina Hennessy company, as much a part of her story as the art she wears on her sleeve and her back.
Last time I counted, it was in the 30 range.
A tattoo artist, bodybuilder, crossfitter, each rep, race, and competition doesn't compare to Hennessy's husband, Alex.
I wouldn't be here today without him.
Their lives full of love, their family looking to grow.
My husband saw me holding my nephew, and he said that was the moment where I wanted to have kids.
Instead of finding opportunity, doctors found an obstacle, a cyst on her only ovary. At the end of May, Hennessy got a diagnosis that could end her life.
The cyst was removed, but when they biopsied it, they found that it was cancerous.
Conquering cancer called for a new routine.
Here comes Dee Dee.
A new chapter. Trading squats for steps, her faithful friend by her side, along with dozens of donors helping her heal.
You hear about it and you understand it, but I'm living it now. Instead of saying, you know, I'm so stressed out, I'm freaking out, what am I going to do? Just say, I can handle this. And I believe words are very, very powerful.
The power of words and pictures, and all the words these pictures are worth to this fighter, her faithful friend, and possibly,
if everything clears up and everything's okay, we would love to adopt.
A future mother with a new chapter to add to her story. In Cherokee County, Joe Ripley.
Ooh, that was good. That was a good one.
11 Alive News.
Gwinnett County Public Schools will see a lot of new faces this fall. That's because the school district took its recruiting efforts to Puerto Rico to help serve many of its students who speak Spanish as a first language. And as the district told our very own Paulo Cerro, the efforts have already proven to be successful.
A fresh new start, or as we say in Spanish, un nuevo comienzo, over 1,000 miles away.
It's so important for students to be able to recognize and see themselves.
As the Hispanic student demographic in Gwinnett County Public Schools rises, the district wants staff to be a reflection of that too. That's why diversity recruiter Rodriguez Johnson took a plane to Puerto Rico to find just that.
From my research, every county that hires international candidates, their retention rates are extremely high.
Johnson spoke to many graduates from these universities on the island, and so far he's recruited more than half a dozen, with more currently being interviewed.
We're not just hiring just for classroom positions. We have individuals that are paraprofessionals, candidates that are going to join our custodial team, our cafeteria staff.
He says each one is receiving an $8,000 incentive to join the district as bilingual staff on top of their salary and other benefits.
They really shared a lot with us about that. The first thing was their pension. Their system has collapsed, and so many of them were concerned about their retirement, and so we were able to really share that we have a vested program that has decades of success.
Their goal is to bring 50 educators from Puerto Rico to Gwinnett County Public Schools, and they say they'll help every step of the way.
We work with them to find housing. They're being placed at schools that have high Hispanic populations, so they'll have a strong network. We're building affinity groups here.
Gwinnett County Public Schools says in the last 3 academic years, the number of Latino educators hired has more than doubled. Johnson says their efforts are just getting started.
Have individuals that represent the students in the classrooms. That's what I'm super excited about.
Un nuevo comienzo in Gwinnett County. Paulo Cerro, 11 Alive News.
There will soon be a fierce new addition to the Chamblee Police Department. It's bringing back its canine unit after 10 years. 11 Alive's Don White shares how it could help keep the community safe.
It's a hot day outside the Chamblee Police Department, but inside.
He is very calm-tempered.
Officer David Luna raves about how cool his new partner is.
What he's going to do for the community is bridge the gap between law enforcement and communities. Good boy.
His partner is a good boy who's also smart.
Siéntate.
And knows 3 languages.
Well, when we're doing our commands and stuff like that, I could say him in both in English and Spanish. I use Dutch for him when I'm out in public where nobody understands the words for it.
Canine Robin, a 3-year-old Belgian Malinois, will serve as a multi-purpose officer.
We started imprinting him with narcotics. There's cocaine, methamphetamines, heroin, crack cocaine, and marijuana.
We have a lot of elderly people that Alzheimer's or some type of issue where they disappear and we can't find them. Robin's capable of tracking and locating these people, which is great.
Chamblee Police Chief Gary Yandura also thinks the officer on 4 legs will be a great resource for the community.
We're looking extremely forward to meet with the school-age kids in kindergarten or any of the elementary schools.
Canine Robin here should hit the streets within a few weeks, and those here at Chamblee Police hope that he can help them put their best paw and foot forward in the future.
We're just looking to make a staple and a good foundation for the next canine to come and actually have a good foundation to follow and good training.
The Chill officer is done with his training.
Yep.
And is ready to bring back canines to the department. In Chamblee,
Speak.
Dawn White, 11 Alive News.
High temperatures right now are driving many to escape the heat, right? And that's the timely reminder to swim safely. 11 Alive's Liza Lucas takes us to one summer program which has made it a priority to both support the kids in school and at the swimming pool.
Goggles on, swimmers ready. 9-year-old Brittany remembers what it first felt like to test the water.
When I was first learning, I was scared. I'll run out. But when I'll come back in and I'll face my fear.
And Alex Wan, executive director of Horizons Atlanta, says that's part of the process.
Our rising first graders, nearly 2/3 of them, this is the first time they've been in a pool. So it is a big thing to overcome for them.
Recognizing that need, the Atlanta nonprofit not only focuses on math and literacy throughout the summer, but also swimming.
We gradually get them in the water, get them comfortable, teach them how to float and put their head underwater.
The hope is kids return to the tuition-free program year after year, building not only academic success, but life-saving skills and self-esteem.
The one that I'm so good at is freestyle.
And the confidence seen in 9-year-old Yusuf shows students go far.
That awareness of, I can do this.
I feel like I'm a superhero. Like, it felt like I'm getting better and better.
And a few weeks later, we checked back in to see those swimming powers at work. Horizon's 160 rising 4th graders gathered at Georgia Tech to highlight their progress.
So I think the biggest change that we see is just pride. You know, the fact that they recognize too the progress that they've made from that first day.
The swim meet, a Horizons milestone.
It was amazing because I did so good and I was brave enough. It's so cool that I get experiences and get a medal.
A mother of 8 now has a new vehicle, and it's all thanks to you, our 11 Alive viewers. 10-year-old Jador Sledge has kidney failure and is waiting for a transplant. Her mom, Yvonne, was struggling to make ends meet, driving Jador to dialysis 3 days a week while they wait on a transplant. When we first met them, the family of 9 was staying in a cramped hotel room in Griffin. After the story aired, you all raised more than $65,000 to help them out. Yvonne recently sent us an update saying with that money, she was able to purchase a car big enough to fit the entire family. It's completely paid for thanks to your generous donations. She'll now be able to bring the other kids to school as well, and Jador to her appointments comfortably. Lots that have become eyesores in Buckhead have seen a dramatic transformation. People have started to notice and are really curious about who's behind all of this. 11 Alive's Brittany Kleinpeter tracked down the Good Samaritan cleaning up sidewalks and yards in his spare time.
One lawn at a time.
I see people out every day picking up trash, but that wasn't really like my calling.
Jarvis Drake is giving back.
It took us about 3 hours to get it done, but they loved it.
Cutting grass for people who can't.
One of the sweetest person I met her name was Miss Jessica. I think she was like 74 years old, and she taught me how to pull some weeds that I never pulled before.
Or lots that have been neglected.
And this was recommended like 2 or 3 times.
The lawn care business owner doing it on his own time.
So after I'm done with all my regular lawn clients, on a weekend, I just pick a date, whether it's Saturday or Sunday, because it's less busy in Atlanta.
And he isn't alone.
My girlfriend, Diamond, she's the one behind the camera, but she's like the glue of this whole operation.
And I thought that what he was doing was so awesome and it could impact the community in such a great way. And I was so proud of him that said, hey, let's record it. Let's let other people see what you're doing. Let's put the word out because people need to see positivity.
And a couple of uploads later, Jarvis has a whole YouTube page.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it clean. I'm gonna get it cleaned up today, so.
And a following on neighborhood apps like Nextdoor.
We get hundreds of comments. His inbox is flooded every single time that we make a post.
The couple who puts each other first and business second.
You know, we're in a relationship and we live together, but we're so much more than that.
Says they just want to spread positivity and inspire others to do the same.
Communities are reflections of us, so if you see something wrong in your community, get out here and be who you want your community to be.
You don't have to be rich to give back.
Nope.
I always thought I had to have a lot of money to give back, but I found my way of giving back.
A Metro Atlanta woman hopes to break records on a national stage. Loretta Turner's Olympic dreams were dashed 50 years ago. Now, hot off the blocks, this sprinter is turning her setback into a comeback. 11 Alive's Joe Ripley shares her amazing story.
On a hot summer day in Atlanta's Anderson Park, you gotta stretch and stay hydrated if you want to sprint, like this 69-year-old.
Gotta have competition to push you.
Competition fuels Loretta Turner, helps her fight through the emotions and stay on track.
I'm anxious, nervous, and overwhelmed that I'm out there doing what I'm doing.
She had dreams.
Gotta get a good start.
To run the 100-meter in the 1972 Olympic Games in Munich.
I tried out, but I got pregnant, and that just blew everything away. So I just put those dreams on hold.
Loretta Turner has had her fair share of hurdles in competition and in life.
I've been diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and it's a challenge, because sometimes when I am out competing, it flares up.
The stiffness, the pain, the pressure are no match for Turner's competitive drive. After winning a race in South Carolina, she has her sights set on Nashville, then the National Senior Games in July to try and break a national record. For now, Turner's toughest task is remembering all her family members' birthdays.
I have 13 children, 40 plus grandchildren, 5 great-grands.
Family, focus, and competition fuel Loretta Turner. No matter how she started, it's all about the finish line.
There are going to be days that you're not going to want to do it, but you got to keep looking forward to what goals that you have set for yourself, and it'll push you to get up and get out and do what you need to do.
In Atlanta, Joe Ripley, 11 Alive News.